Welcome to the 70th episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. We're back.
It's been a while, eh, Colleen?
Absolutely. I checked, and the last time we posted something was the 25th of May.
Oh, we've missed you. We've missed our friends in Illinois. We've missed our friends in America. We've missed our friends in UK. We've missed our friends in Canada.
Exactly.
We've missed everybody. It's been a long haul, and I'm hoping that you'll watch the rest of the podcast because then you can find out what we have been up to. It's not very exciting, just so you know. Spoiler alert. It hasn't been very exciting, but just stay tuned to see what we've been up to. So what are we going to talk about today then?
All right. Well, first of all, we're going to talk about the adventures of the ice. Now, May's going to go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to talk about these because
we're going to explain where we've been and what we've been up to kind of thing. Because
yes,
we're sorry that we haven't been around for a few months, but
exactly,
this is the explanation.
So, partly due to COVID, partly due to machinery at hospitals, the cataract surgery was a long haul. So let me take you back in time. Are you ready?
We're not going to go through this step by step.
We are. So
brace yourselves.
In March, I say to May,
we're going back to March?
Yep. I said, I got to get to the eye doctor. My eyes aren't working. I just need new glasses, blah,
right.
blah, blah, blah. So you and I both went. Your eyes hadn't changed a whole lot. And the eye doctor looked at me and said, you've got cataracts. You need to have surgery.
And you're pretty young to have cataracts. I don't know if anybody out there's had cataracts, but generally it's older people that get it, like older than you. Like you're not that old.
Exactly. And I was thinking, what?
So we were a little shocked.
Right. So then the question was, where would he refer me to? So he referred me to a place in London and a place in Sarnia.
Which is about an hour from where we live.
Exactly.
Because the places in London were busy. And because of COVID and they weren't taking people. So
initially, I was given some dates in May. I don't even know if you remember that. I was given some dates in May. So I was to go get measurements done, and then there was the two different dates one for each eye. And then COVID. The day that I had the measurements done was the day that they said no more. Yep. No more elective surgeries, and this is considered elective surgeries. So that was the ones in May. So, okay. And then near the end of May, we got a call saying, can you come back in for some more measurements again? Because we're going to get these done on the 8th of June and the 22nd of June.
Okay, I'm with you.
So far, so good. So on the 8th of June, we go off and we're going to Petrolia Hospital because that's where this eye doctor works out of in the hospital. And did the right eye, which was the worst eye. So it was interesting. Thank goodness for Ativan because it keeps you calm while they're doing what they need to do. Not a problem. I felt badly for May. How long did you wait out there?
In the car, in the parking lot, in 100-degree weather, 5 hours.
5 hours. So
I just paced around the parking lot because we didn't really know the area. It was COVID again. You couldn't really go into anywhere, any places. There's no restaurants or anything open. So I paced around this little car for 5 hours.
Exactly. So what had happened was there were a couple of emergency eye things that needed to happen. Then the doctors needed to have lunch. So my surgery was put off till a little bit later. Anyway, they do a great job. You put drops in your eyes. You were a trooper putting drops in my eyes. Life is good. So that was the 8th of June. On the 15th of June, the next week, I had to get my second COVID shot. Vaccination. Done. I was very happy. And then the next week, on the 22nd of June, I was to have the second eye done. So I'm getting...
But have you talked to... Were you going to... I didn't want to interrupt you, but you had to quarantine pre-surgery.
Oh, yes.
So we had to quarantine in the house. Well, I say we. You had to stay in the house, and there's no way you were going out under quarantine. So I had to get the groceries. So we could have videotaped me getting groceries. That would have been...
It was an event.
That was about our adventure for that period.
Exactly.
But you wouldn't want to see me getting groceries. I was on the phone saying to Colleen, where's the cream cheese? What aisle is the cream cheese on? What aisle is this on? And Colleen was trying to talk me through the whole process. Anyway, that wasn't much fun. So back to you and back to the eyes.
So it's 21st. It's the Monday. The next day, I'm getting the second eye done. I'm excited. It's going to be done. And then I have to wait 6 weeks, and then I can get glasses. So 21st, 9 p.m. I'm saying to May, I'm going to have a bath because I won't be able to have a bath for a couple of days after. And anyway, at 8:45-ish, I get a call from the eye surgeon saying, there's been a problem with the machine at the hospital. We don't know when it's going to get fixed up. And so we have to cancel your surgery for tomorrow.
Meanwhile, you had quarantined for 2 weeks.
I had quarantine for 2 weeks.
So no more quarantine. That was over. So we got to go out for a little bit, but your eyes were okay.
Right. So I understand now I've got one eye that works with my glasses and one eye that doesn't work with my glasses because of, they changed the vision. So when they put the new lens in, I'm able to see distance, but up close, I lose it. And that's okay. I understood that that's what's going to happen. So now I'm trying to think, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So I called a couple of days that week, didn't hear anything. I called a couple of days the next week, they still didn't have. So I finally called. I said, May, I got to get this other eye done. Like, this is making me crazy. So they said, it's going to be September, middle of September. So we're talking, it was basically the end of June. They're telling me middle of September. So remember, middle of September, and then 6 weeks after that before I'm seeing with new glasses. And I said to May, because she had been out, she came in. I said, May, I'm going to bed. I need to cry. I cannot do this anymore. So we had a conversation because what I was getting done.
What you had said to me was, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then you said, the only way that we can get this fixed if you pay money, like if you pay all this money.
To have it done.
Have it done at his office, which could be done sooner than September. Right. And I said, why don't you just pay the money, get this thing done, and we'll do that. And you said, oh, that feels better.
Well, and I knew that I was going to do some part-time work that started the beginning of August, and I thought, I cannot have my eyes doing what they're doing and try and work on a computer for the day. So on the 16th of July, down we went, did what we needed to do, had the surgery, life was good.
Oh, quarantine again. Quarantine for 2 weeks.
Quarantine.
I had to do groceries again. That was, again, an adventure.
Sorry. I keep forgetting her part of this. So, anyway, quarantine, had the surgery, drops, still have to wait, and no problem. So, the trick was then to figure out some glasses that would get me through until it was time to go to the eye doctor. Because that whole thing was another hullabaloo. But we'll continue.
So let me ask you one question. And I don't think it did, having no eyesight did not hinder you from picking up knitting needles?
Well, I'm going to show you what I had to do. So we started off when I just had one of the eyes done. You and I went to the dollar store to try and figure out glasses because I really didn't know what strength I needed, and I was trying to look out with one eye and figure it all out. So we went to the dollar store. We tried these. Yes, we did. And we tried these. Okay, so we tried these. And so for me to knit, it was the most bizarre thing because I had one eye that I could see out of, one eye that was that totally changed my eyesight. So I was doing knitting like this.
Yes, that's true.
And May would look over and just start giggling.
And then I would stop my camera and I'd say, this is what you look like. This is what I have to look at. This is what you look like. Which wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad. So anyway, so that was that. So once I had both eyes done and had an idea that for the next 6 weeks and when I was going to be working, I would need something that would work with my computer. Then we went and spent a little bit more. So we went to Shoppers Drug Mart. And first of all, I picked up these ones, which allows me to see the computer, allows me to read in front of me. It was good. These are similar to glasses that I had, so I was happy about those. So that was that. Then I said to May, May, there's these glasses. And I said, what they'll allow me to do is see up close and see a person that I'm speaking to, and it should be good. So that was the next ones. That was these ones. And I like those because I can wear them, talk to you, and I can see you, and I can read, and it was great. So I thought this is going to get me through until I can get my glasses, actual glasses, prescription. Okay, and then of course it was, 20% off because I'm a senior at Appearance. Anyway, and I thought, oh, purple. We kind of like purple. So basically I was playing because I was just waiting to get things sorted out. So that was that. So I'm working in August, and I'm working and I'm working and I'm working in August. And I said to me, my eyes are so heavy. I know I'm using the right strength, but my eyes are so heavy. And I was talking to one of the ladies at work, and she had said she ended up having to get glasses that had blue light filter, which would allow her eyes not to be so tired working on the computer, because I was working on the computer all day long. So thank you, Amazon, delivered to the door. So then I ordered some. Now these are a little crazy, but these were the ones I used on the computer. So Mace keeps looking at me like,
Welcome
what?
to my life. This has been my life for
4 months.
Just say.
So this is what I would do. When I was having meetings on the computer, I would do this. And then when I was just working on the computer, I would do this, because I've got more vision and my eyes are being protected. So the set that I bought for, so 2 pairs for $9.99. So they came with this one and they came with this one. More glasses. So, okay, we're getting there. We're getting close and close and close, because the date that I have set to go with to see the eye doctor is the 2nd of September. I'm thinking we're good. It's getting to be the end. All of a sudden I get a call. We're going to have to change your appointment. We're going to have to put it off until, well, we don't actually know when we'll have to put it off to. Because what has been happening with optometrists is they are not taking OHIP patients. It has to do with unions and finances,
So
and
basically
governments.
going on strike.
Yes, work action is what they call. So I say to the girl who's called me,
I'm ready to cry.
I said, really? I said, I've been waiting for this since May. I really need to get some glasses that work for me all the time. Isn't there anything you can do? And so she was a sweetheart, and she said, listen, we have one emergency spot. We're going to get you in before the job action takes place. So we get an appointment. I get in. We get glasses selected. We're almost at the end. And he says, you know, the number that you need for up to read is a 2.5. These 2s.
Oh,
So I know that for the computer, the 2s are great. And can I use the 2s to read? Yes. But I have to be honest with you, they weren't cutting it when I needed to see the size of the needle. So 2 things happened. Well, that was another story. It's like the story that never ends.
Sega, yes.
It was. So we ordered glasses on the 31st of August, and it took just over 2 weeks to have them come in. So I still was working without having glasses. But these are the glasses that I ended up with.
And they look wonderful.
So I'm very happy
And
with.
I'm so happy.
So I can drive, and I can read, and I can knit and watch TV, and so it's all taken
And
care
they
of.
look great.
Thank you very much.
And you can be on the computer.
Yes, and so what I decided to do,
We can get back to life.
yes we can, I decided, because they were only 2 pairs for $9.99, that I would buy these glasses, which are 2.5s, so they're the ones for reading up close. So you know that little teeny tiny printing that's on things? I can see it, no problem. And I can also do that with these ones.
So that's where we've been.
Yes.
That's what we've talked about. Colleen said, are you getting tired talking about my eyes? Well, we'll just call it my nose. So it was kind of fun. So at dinner she'd say, could we just talk about my nose for a few minutes?
This poor lady.
And I'm like, okay, let's talk
Yeah.
about your nose. And so needless to say, we got through it together.
Oh, yes, but we weren't quite through it.
Oh, there's more?
There's more. So we're getting the glasses thing sorted out. Life is good. And then when the eye doctor did the surgery on the 16th of July, he said, yeah, I couldn't get all the cloudiness from the back of your eye. You'll need to come in
And get lasered.
and get lasered.
So we've been back to Sarnia twice since.
So I went on the 9th. When I saw the eye doctor in London, he said, you've got some cloud buildup on your other eye. I went, oh my goodness. So we went on the 9th, we went on the 16th. All done. Everything's good. And the most important part was that I had my last eye drop on the day that I went to see him the last time. No more drops. No more trying to figure out glasses. and May's a happy camper. And I'm a happy camper because I'm not frustrated. I can knit, I can watch TV. Everything's
and
good.
although this wasn't life-threatening, there's a lot of life-threatening situations out there, and people are in worse positions than what you were in.
Right.
It was still a bit of a annoyance mostly.
Right.
And that's why we didn't videotape.
Exactly, because I thought I can't see. So the interesting thing was, I understood when the eye doctor talked to me. He said, we're going to put in these lenses for you that will allow you to see distance, but you're going to lose your up close vision. Well, I hadn't lost my up close vision yet. I know how people get older and they kind of lose that as well, and I hadn't done it. And I went, okay, yeah, I get it. But I really didn't get it, because all of a sudden,
you couldn't read.
I couldn't read. I go, May, what is this thing? May, I can't. May. So there was a lot of frustration. You were very patient with me. I thank you very much for that. But we're through.
Thank goodness.
I know.
And we've been actually being able to get back into life again, like socializing a little, because with you being in quarantine for almost a month, and then you were working for a month, and then there really wasn't much happening even to share anything with you.
Exactly.
And we went out and played pickleball. We got some pickleball lessons. Yep. That was exciting.
That was very exciting.
And so we should tape ourselves pickleballing.
Yes.
We're learning the skills.
Yes.
We're learning the rules.
Yes.
I'm just ready to smack that thing. And apparently
our teacher said,
no,
calm. Calm.
Apparently that's not how you play pickleball. Pickleball is for calm people.
Yes, it is.
She says, you hit the ball calmly. I said, oh, okay. And then Colleen would just giggle every time that she'd say that.
Calm, yes.
But we've got out in practice, so we'll take the video camera and we'll do that again, and we'll show you us playing pickleball with your new glasses on.
Yes.
Colleen has no excuses now.
Nope.
She can see the ball better than I can, so.
Yep, that's for sure. And the other thing that's, like I said to May, with the new glasses, like colors are brighter, which I knew that I had been told that would happen. So I'm really so happy. I'm happy to be through on the other side, but happy that I have glasses that work really well, and the colors are beautiful. The sky is bluer, so is. One thing that happened while we were away is that we ended up with 900 subscribers. So exciting. Now, it's been an interesting ride. Kind of like the ride of the eyes. We were at 904, we were at 902, we were at 900, we were at 898.
We may have lost some subscribers just because we haven't been around for 4 months, but we're back.
We are back.
And so we want to get momentum up again. We want to visit with you on a regular basis.
Exactly.
And we feel badly, so what we're going to do, and Colleen can explain all this to you.
So the good news is I just checked, and right now, we have 902 subscribers.
Oh, good. So we're looking for 1,000.
Yes, that's where our next work is. So we had said we would have a contest,
Giveaway?
Thank you. Let's try that again. We said, out of practice, that's all I'm saying, that we would have a giveaway. And so there are 3 possible things that you could win. And the way that you're going to enter is you are going to comment down below, and I'll give you some information about what I need you to say, and then we'll go through the process. So there are 2 project bags. Now, one is this one, and we're going to call this the black one, the black bag.
And Colleen has them so nicely lined, and she does such a great job on making these.
So that's that one.
Has our little tag on the side.
It does, MC Knitting Adventures.
Right.
Then we have a brown bag, so that's another one.
So this will be the brown giveaway.
Right.
Nice.
And then the third one is going to be a needle keep, which works for both 6-inch or 8-inch needles. And then we're also going to include this. And so it has 4 small stitch markers, 4 large stitch markers, and a progress keeper with our little car.
There you go.
Okay.
So make sure you...
So what we need you to do is we need you to comment down below, and you can say the following. I would like to win the black bag. I would like to win the brown bag. I don't care whether I win the black or the brown bag. Either one is okay with me. Okay? And what's going to happen is the last person will get this one. And that's also a nice treat to have if you work with the
Okay, but this is, let me understand this. So say I want to win the black bag.
Okay, first of all, you have to be a subscriber.
Okay, I have to subscribe.
Yes.
So press the subscribe button. Then I have to say I want to win the black bag. But what if I win? What if I draw for the brown bag?
So this is what's going to happen is the person's name that gets selected first. So let's say that's you, and you said you wanted to win the
Brown bag.
okay, and the brown bag is still ready to go, then you win the brown bag.
Okay. Now, could I hypothetically say I want to win the black bag, then put another email and say I want to win the brown bag, and
No, one comment per person.
Okay.
So my suggestion is if you want to win something, say you could say I would prefer this one, but I would take either one.
okay.
All right, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't want somebody to say, well, I'm only going to take the black bag, which you may want, only the black one. You may have already had a brown one. But just let me know, and I'm going to do my best. I always make the comment, get the name.
Oh, I
get the
see. So
comment.
you're putting your name in for everything.
Right.
But your preference would be.
Right.
So if, okay.
Right.
So your chances are you could win, if you say I want the black one, you could win the brown one just because that's what you're going to get. But you know your preferences.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right, now that I'm clear on that, and I hope you're clear on that.
Right.
Okay,
So that's
that was
that.
good. All
So
right.
that is what we need you to do. So subscribe, comment down below.
Get your friends to subscribe because we want to reach that 1,000. Please talk it up.
Exactly. That's
Put
gonna
it
be
on
great
your
for us.
Facebook, put it on Instagram, and hopefully we can get to that 1,000. And thanks for staying with us and hanging in there.
We're so happy to be back.
We're glad to be back. And so you've been knitting?
I've been knitting. So I've been knitting a lot, but I have a lot of things. Anyway, there's just a lot. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about patterns from Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. So every pattern that I'm going to talk about today was designed by Kay Jones. Some of them you can purchase, and some of them I will explain how you can get the patterns.
And you always talk about Kay Jones and how you love her patterns?
Yes, her patterns are brilliantly written and easy to understand, and oftentimes there's little tutorials that go with them, so it's lovely.
Is this the one with the beads or no?
Oh, there's some with beads.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Not all were beads though.
No. So the one thing that quarantine caused is me to use up my stash.
Oh, that's true. You couldn't go shopping.
There was no shopping. There was no trying to figure
Go to
out.
yarn stores.
No. None of that. So I got to go down into and say, okay, what do I have? What can I use up? And so make some Christmas presents and do those kind of things. So let's talk about finished objects because that's really all I have. I've got some finished objects that I'm going to show you. I'm going to put my glasses on because I have to be able to read a few things. Here we go. Yep, we're in good shape.
It's not over yet.
Well, once these are on, it's all
Okay,
good.
good.
Okay, as long as my eyes aren't too glary, May let me know. Okay, here we go. So the very first thing that I did, and this is a pattern, it's called the Bombini cowl. And I have done this pattern before, so I'm going to show May's. So this is one that I made for you. So
Yes, I really like this one.
So what I had was on one of our trips, I had bought 2 skeins of the Sirdar Cotton DK. So that's what it looks like. So I purchased 2. One was kind of a silvery color and the other one was a navy. And so I had it, I didn't have to wind it up. And so it was just ready to go. So that's what I decided to do. So I started with this one. And initially I was going to have these be for me.
Well, that's nice. It's kind of similar, different yarn.
Different yarn. So this is fingering weight yarn. So it's a little bit, ends up being a little bit
So I'll
smaller.
show you that one.
Yeah.
And then this one.
This is the DK, so it's the cotton DK.
I really like the colors in this.
Exactly. So the reason why I was trying to work this thing out was for me personally, I wanted to have dark up here and dark at the bottom. I don't know, I feel I need to grind
Grind yourself.
grind it.
Sometimes we want to grind you, but today we'll ground you.
Ground it. Yes, we want to ground it.
I like
So-
that. I like
yeah.
how this turned out.
Yeah, I really, really like that one. And at this point in time, it's meant to be a gift, but we'll see.
Yeah, I really like that. I think you should keep that one for yourself. You can't really go wrong with navy and white.
That's true.
You know, there's colors you can
Yeah.
go wrong with.
It's
Navy
kind
and
of-
white, not so
What
much.
color would you call that?
Gray.
Yeah. So
Crappy gray.
that's kind of a silvery
Yeah,
gray. Yeah. So that
dull
was
gray.
the, yeah.
Really? That's in there?
That's in. With the navy, it just shows up that.
Well, it looks like it's white, but
I know.
there. But yeah.
Okay,
so
that's
gray
that.
and white works
So
too.
I had enough with those two to make a second one.
Is this the gray color here?
Yep, that's
wow,
the gray color.
that turned out nice too.
Exactly. So I started it, I did it to pattern. So the pattern has the light color at the bottom, darker color at the top. So once again, these two are going to be gifts for people.
Oh.
I just will have to not say who the gifts were.
Okay.
But
Those are really nice. I think
Yeah.
you should do more of those, truly.
yeah, I really,
I
really
think-
like that
And
pattern.
they're not really hard to knit. Like, it wouldn't
It's a
take you
beautiful pattern. It's really nice. It's nicely written. And
Yeah, I think you could sell those like
you think.
in my booth.
Oh, maybe I could.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got that little thing that can,
Yeah.
so yeah, that would be great. All right, so that's the first pattern, the Bombini cow. Now, then the next three patterns, I am a patron of the Bakery Bears. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, so what that means is I pay a certain amount per month. It's not a whole lot per month. And as a Patreon, you get, for instance, you get their episode sooner. There's what they call a pop show, which is kind of a live show. There's all kinds of tutorials and information, and
We could be patrons, so people would pay money to us so they could see our podcast before everybody else.
well, that's a whole other, it's bigger than us right at the moment. Let's just say it's bigger than us.
So, did you have to be a patron to get this pattern?
Not that one, no.
Okay.
So
Some
the
of them.
next three I did, and that's because...
So
this
they're
is-
not available, these patterns that you're going to show us next.
Uh,
Or you are available, but you have to be a Patreon. They're
Right.
not on like
so if
Ravelry or anything like that.
correct. So if
Okay.
you
I'm
wanted to
understanding, I'm
become a
getting there, yeah.
Patreon, and it's worth it. Like I once a month pay my little bit of money. To be
Can I
honest
ask
with
you how much money can I ask how much money it is a month? Like, what do you think?
Well, you can pay $3 a month.
Okay.
This is in U.S. funds. $3 a month.
American, which is $400 Canadian,
You can pay $5 a month.
$5,000 Canadian.
Which is what I do, and then I don't know the amounts for the higher
Okay,
ones.
so
I
there's
pay
different
the
amounts for different
Yes,
things that you get.
exactly.
And you pay the $5 a month.
Right, because
That is very minimal.
It is, and when you think about it, if you take
all these
5
patterns.
times 12, that's $60 for a year, and then
You get all these patterns.
all these patterns and tutorials and all kinds of things. So last year, what Kay Jones decided to do was she did something called Knitting University. She calls it Knitty U, and so she designed 3 different patterns
Right.
that you could learn things from. So I like patterns when you're learning new techniques. So that was that. So this year, she did the same thing. And so there was a pattern that was fingering weight, a pattern that was DK weight, and then a pattern that was chunky weight. So once again, I was just knitting to be knitting and keeping me busy and out of trouble. But some of these may be gifts. So that's good. So the first one, right up my alley, it was called the Glimmer mitts.
They don't look like mitts.
Well,
They only have these
they're
little slits for your
fingers.
thumb, I guess.
Yes. So let me find the...
I feel like I'm in an optometrist's office with all these glasses sitting
We
in
can move
here.
them
Yeah,
out of you.
That's
We'll
a
move
move. That's
them out
okay.
of you. Okay. So the nice thing about the Glimmer mitts patterns was it was dealing with beads. And once again, a picot edge, things to learn. You're welcome
Nice.
to put them on.
I
if you
can't.
want.
I don't want to stretch them. I wouldn't stretch them, would I?
Well,
No, I'll try
that's
not
okay.
to.
There you go.
There's the model hand right
There
there.
it is.
Wow.
So it was nice to be doing some bead work again. And what happened was I had one of these trios. It's a gradient trio by Zen Yarn Garden. And I think it was the one called Vacation Time is what it was called. And what happened was, in my eyes, whether before or after surgery, don't know, there's 3 50-gram skeins. And 2 of them went really well together and the other one didn't. I couldn't see it together, and you had talked me through it and we'd figured it out. So the neat thing is with these fingerless mitts, I just needed a 50-gram skein. So the skein that I didn't use in that other pattern, I could use in these.
I like that you were using all this up.
I know, it's lovely.
So there was some positives out of this eye situation.
This ordeal.
This nose thing.
All right, so that was the first pattern of the Knitty U. Now the second pattern of the Knitty U is called the Cosy reading socks, and they look like that. So let's talk about our Cosy reading socks. Now, May says they look like a hobbit, but that's okay. So if you will hold those up
I
for
bet
me.
you look comfortable. I haven't had these on, but they look
So-
like they'd be comfortable.
They actually are, and they're going to be really warm in the winter. So part of the problem is this is probably, there was only one size number of stitches, and that was fine because they're going to be loose, and the idea is you're going to be cozy and you're going to just put the
So
socks on.
these aren't to wear with your boots or anything.
No, these are to wear
the house?
around the house.
They're lovely.
So once again, I had yarn. So I had some Ella Ray Cashmereno Sport.
Is there cashmere in this?
Yes, there is.
Wow, they feel cashmere-ish.
Yes. So look at me read here. 55% merino, 33% acrylic, and 12% cashmere.
Wow.
Yes. So that's the first part. Now what worked out really well is I had bought a kit to make a hat, and what it had in it was this Sugar Bush Drizzle, which is 76% Super Kid mohair and 24% silk. I don't think I can have that around my face, around my neck. So what I had just tucked this one, it's a 25-gram skein. Guess what? To make these socks, I only needed one. So I had two colors of DK yarn. You can see the blue is the color of the
Is this from your
the
stash
mohair.
again?
Yes, all from my stash.
Nice.
So it was great. So the nice thing is I've tried these on my feet. I'm okay with having mohair on my feet. Okay, and so that's going to make them nice and warm. And so I was really happy because I thought, oh my gosh, I've wasted money on this skein, but I really didn't waste money because now I've used them and now I've got socks.
Nice.
Yep, so happy about that. All right.
Ooh, you've been busy.
I have been busy. The third pattern in the Knitty University by Kay Jones is called the Bargello hat, or Bargello hat. I don't know which. And so it involved using some chunky weight yarn. Now I had, once again in stash, some of the yarn from Red Heart called Soft Essentials. So it doesn't have any wool in it. I'm okay with that. And so I had, you and I looked at pink and white and gray, and we decided to do those two together. So what I did, and I haven't blocked this, partly because acrylic blocks a little differently. So there's the hat. Neither one of us want to mess up our hair, so we won't put it
Yeah.
on. But so there's the hat. I'm really happy with it. So it's kind of nice. I've got black coats and gray coats, and so that will go
It'll be
really
nice
nicely.
and warm. It feels very thick.
It is very thick.
Yeah.
It's very nice. I used a smaller needle, partly because I wanted the rib to be a little bit more tucked in. But what I have enough, if I really want to, is to then make a pink hat with gray. So I may do that, make another one. Once again, not sure if it's for me, it's a gift, we don't know. So that's that. So far, so good. My last finished object is another pattern by Kay Jones. You can get this one on Ravelry, and it's a great pattern. It's called the Duchess of Devonshire. And I really like this pattern in plain color. The color that I have is not a plain color. It's a variegated yarn. I like it, but I may make another one. So the yarn that I'm using is yarn that we got when we were in Florida. So we went about 3 years ago, all before COVID, and we ended up going to the Four Pearls Yarn Shop, which is a beautiful yarn store. The people are amazing. And Emma is the daughter of the lady that owns the store, and she is the dyer behind Emma's yarn. And so what they have is this skein called a Hella Hank. And what that is in this case, it's merino cashmere nylon. It's 600 yards, so it's 150 grams. So it's really a skein and a half, all put together. So the nice thing about that is you can make something fairly big. They have a pattern that's designed specifically for that. Thought about doing that, but I'm 5'2", and it was gonna
Be like a blanket.
be a little bit like a blanket. So this is this Duchess of Devonshire. Now I just have to make sure we get front, and we're gonna get top. It's a little bit of a,
That's very nice.
I really, really like it. I mean, I liked this. I think it will be nice over like a black a black t-shirt or a plain long sleeve t-shirt or a black turtleneck. But anyway, I really like it. It's going to block out nicely. And this pattern is really nice because it's got an applied border. So you knit the shawl and then you knit the border and it goes back and forth vertically. And so it's really neat. I've never done it. It's really well explained. So I'm really, really happy with it. I think I might do it again but do a plain color. Now I still have yarn left.
It feels soft. It's nice.
It is a little bit of cashmere.
No,
We like our cashmere.
Yes, yes you do.
I still have some left. I said to May, I'm not even looking. I'm doing the applied border. If I have enough, great. And if not, I'll
And
rip
you
it
have
out.
enough left. Look at that.
I
It
did.
worked out really
It was
well.
great. And I didn't stress about it because I just thought, I'm not looking. It was easier. I could keep my eyes closed and wasn't going to be looking. So that is my last finished object. And May, what have you been up to?
Well, while you were busy with your eyes, I'm busy with that. We had talked about selling our house and not selling our house and moving to the beach, and do we move to the beach? And so I wanted to get the house sale ready.
Right.
So we needed to do the bathroom floor, and then I needed to do the toilet. And I thought the toilet needed a new seal in the basement. And when I was mentioning this, you were like, you're not doing that. You're not a plumber or anything. I said, oh, I've seen it done before. You know how I say,
Yes.
jack of all trades, master of none? I'm like, not a problem. I can take the toilet off. I can put a new seal on. I've seen it on YouTube and I've seen it done. Colleen was like, I don't even want to watch. I don't want to look there. So anyway, I took the toilet off.
Yes.
Put the new floor in. And then I asked Colleen, got a new seal, and asked Colleen to help me put the toilet back on because you have to lift it up and put it on. Put the toilet back on. The seal is perfect. Got some new bolts, bolted it in. Floor's in.
Beautiful.
And I'll take a few pictures to show you that. And so that was a big project while we were housebound.
Yes.
And we were under quarantine.
Yes.
So that was a good project to get done. And I did a lot of painting. Painted the outside, fixed up the basement. I did a lot of purging, a lot of trips to Goodwill,
To the dump.
the dump. So really, was some positives about being home. Clean up. And I was able to play out with my scroll saw a little bit. And I just finished this Heron. I did that with the scroll saw.
It's
I don't know if you can see that on there. You probably can. And yeah, so I kind of like that. I'm going to start doing some more beachy things with my scroll saw.
Oh, good.
I think I'm going to go with the beachy decor just because we've talked about moving to the beach. Whether that's going to happen or not,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
just
know.
don't know.
We don't. But
Yeah.
anyway, I thought this might inspire us to move to the beach if we
You
have
did a
this
great
sort of
job,
stuff.
and I
Yeah.
like the little pop of color that you put on there. I really, really like that.
Yeah, so that's one of the scroll saw projects. And so that has been my finished objects over the last 4 months, keeping that kind of busy. So.
There you go. So next, we're going to talk about a souvenir. Now, I didn't go out to get this, but it is amazing what you can order online. So all last year, I was part of Lola's Choice, and that's Laura Nelkin. So she has small projects. You've seen some of them that oftentimes are knitting and beads and those kind of things. There was a headband that I made. There was a number of things. And I thought I really, really liked it. It was fun. It was different. Once again, and Laura Nelkin is another one who has all kinds of tutorials, and you learn a whole lot in the projects that she has. So I decided I was going to go for another year's worth. So it's every other month. And so I got my first one for September. Now, you and I had the conversation. I said, May, we've got 3 choices. They're called the Beadic mitts. So there was kind of a rusty orange and a light blue, and there was a purple. And I said, May, I really want the purple, but it's all random. Who knows what happens? You just have to go and appreciate it. I thought if I get the rust color, because I wouldn't probably wear that. It's not a color that I have anything that goes with. I thought, well, know people that could be a present for, so it's all good. The blue one I could make work. And obviously we know the purple one is the one that I probably would like. And I went to the mailbox. And guess what happened?
Purple.
It was purple! So it's got yarn. And it's got some beads, and they always comes with a little treat. So this is the best hand cream ever. It's orange and clove.
I think you're going to need hand cream with this. It's a little rustic.
Well, Yeah, a little rustic.
A little rustic.
What does it say that's in it? I haven't even got that far. So it is Exmoor Blue Face, Corriedale, Zwartbles, never heard of that, and some nylon.
Wow. It's nice though, nice color.
It
and it'll be
will.
nice for a mitt.
Yes, I believe so. It will be great.
Yeah.
So not many souvenirs, but we have a souvenir. So I am really looking forward to this. I had to keep it at bay. I thought, May, until we have done our filming of our podcast, we're just going to leave that. And now I can wind it up and we'll be good to shape. So when we were moving everything and getting rid of things, we keep looking at each other going, do you know where that is? I don't know quite where that is.
Right.
So
because we've been kind of not packing, but kind of purging. And so, like say for example, we had a dresser and I had to clean out this dresser. So then you have to put the stuff that's in the dresser somewhere. So then there's a box.
Right.
And so then you think, that thing was in that dresser. Which box is that in? Oh, it's
right.
worse than moving, I think, because you
Yeah,
get in.
exactly.
But the house is coming along, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with
Yeah.
it. So that's what we've been up to. We're through the worst of it. I'm not going to talk about my nose anymore with May or my eyes. I've got glasses. We're done. She's happy.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And when you do want to put your name in for that prize, you can tell us what you've been up to too. Tell us what you like,
Exactly.
but also I'd love to hear what
Yeah.
you've been doing over the summer.
Exactly. That would be great because I will be honest with you. Normally I read through the comments and I just haven't. It was too much. So we weren't. So we're back on it. We're going to try and do, not we're going to try. We are going to put something up every
we are.
week. And then we'll get back into the swing of things and enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching. And until next time,
You take care.